Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a torta with some bad habits. Bye, bye. Let's get to the intro. Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun stays kicking. And I appreciate the support, man. I'm very humbled by it. So, Tira has entered the chat once again. You know, I watched a video clip of his yesterday, and I'm going to play it right now for you, where he basically responded to the video I made the other day concerning, you know, a lot of his the people that were sponsoring him, dropping him for whatever reason, right? And I thought it was very malicious the way that they dropped him. And what's even more worse than that is the fact that they chose the other side. Yeah, it's unfortunately there is another side, right? There's two sides to every coin. We have the side over here, like myself, on the Tira, several others. Now, I won't even say several anymore because a lot of people have moved on to the next story, right? But myself and on the Tira for sure, you know, are going full throttle, pedal to the metal, boots on the ground, doing what we got to do, man, to find baby Manuel and to bring him some type of justice, right? Especially on the Tira, man. I give nothing but props to this man. And I didn't do my video with malicious intent, meaning I didn't do it to put him on the spot or I didn't pick on him or there was none of that. My video was basically saying, and more so, how these fucking idiots that were sponsoring him at some point in time, man, decided to go to the other side. And the other side is people that are strictly against people like Tira and myself and believe that we're taking advantage of the system when in fact we are the only ones shedding light and continuing to shed light on this story about baby Manuel and the two monsters, the Haros, right? Now, hey, we're trying to bring you updates daily. We're trying to do what we can. And ultimately, and unfortunately, man, it has to do with the blood of a baby, man. And that's sad. That's a sad thing. But that doesn't mean we're going to stop, right? And I could understand Tira's frustration with these fucking haters that are continually, you know, harassing him and going in his DMs and going in the DMs of his sponsors. That's unfortunate. That's petty. That's hater shit, man. But that's something we have to deal with. And that's something he deals with well. So I'm going to play the clip. And this is basically a response video, you know, to the video that I made, man. I'm pretty much for sure of that, right? So let me play it in its entirety, or what I got of it, and then you guys could let me know and we'll break it down.
Good morning. I understand that a lot of people are getting the misconception that I'm airing out my sponsors because I fall out of good graces. On the contrary, the only reason I'm airing out these two particular ex-sponsors is because of the manner in which they did it. Trust me, bro, I've been in this game 3 years. Sponsors come and go. Some are monthly, some are 6 monthly, some are for the whole year. But every single sponsor that comes and goes, some have came back again. So I fully understand the power of keeping a good rapport with everybody involved in this business mindset. Now, when somebody goes out of their way to join the movement, to tear you down, then it's gloves off, homie. I will never respect that. And it's not that I'm airing out anybody's dirty laundry, because trust me, bro, I know a lot more, homie. And if I really wanted to, it'd be out. I have character. No soy bruto, homie. My mama taught me that. But let's not get it mistaken that we out here just airing foods out. When somebody does it to themselves, how can I even... I waited 3 weeks before I said anything, just to give you a peace of mind of my timeline. You know, when these people were out there airing me out, you know, I prayed about it. And I made it a decision to let my people know. Now, as far as people thinking that, oh, well, you knew, and no, I didn't. Honestly, bro, you know, I didn't know these people like that. You know, I didn't check. Man, he's a lawyer, and they're paying me, and I'm pushing a message. That's it. I didn't sit there and Google review everybody and how many cases, because for one, they never did me dirty. So how am I going to sit there and worry about how everybody else they did dirty when I haven't even put my foot in the... Like, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, we learn and we live and we learn and we live again, homie. And so moving forward, now I've learned a business tactic.
Exactly, man. I love the way he spread that gospel right there, that message. We live and we learn and we live again. That's a fact. Not everybody's perfect. Everybody's human, man. We all make mistakes, and we all make choices in life that are going to dictate our path. And people come and people go and people come again and then they go again. I understand, the misperception of when, sponsors drop you. Sometimes it's for their own safety and security of their business. I mean, we're all running businesses here, right? And if they feel that, what you got going on, the hatred that's coming towards you is going to affect them, they're quick to run. I get it. But at the same time, what he's saying is the reason why he aired out those two individuals, that auto insurance place and that other vault, was because these people chose the other side, meaning not only did they just drop him from the sponsorship, right? Which is cool. He's absolutely correct and right 100%, man. People that choose to sponsor you, they do it out of their own heart, out of their own mindset. And usually it's for their advantage, right? They see you have a bigger platform. They see you're making noise. It's like, hey, man, can I get at you? Now, some people, like my sponsor, Vaudeville Liquors, man, does it out of the kindness of their heart and are not obligated to do anything for anyone, but just want to see people win. And I respect it, right? But then there are those that want to take advantage of the situation. They want to take advantage of Baby Emmanuel in this case and everybody that is tuning in to watch it. They want to take advantage of the number game, right? Before you're doing numbers, they ain't got nothing to do with you. They don't even talk to you. They never even introduce themselves because you're not on their radar, because there's nothing you can do for them. See, it's all business. And when you're business oriented, business minded, you understand that, man, people with the most outreach can do the most inreach for you. And that's the facts, right? So I respect the way Tira did not air them out totally. Like he said, he knows other things about these two individuals that he could put on blast, but he had prayed with God, man, his higher power. And he came to the conclusion it wasn't worth it. And to keep on pushing and to do business with those that are respectful and that will not take advantage and that, are acceptable. That's facts. Now, as far as, on the Tira, I think this vault is getting close. Let's leave that whole sponsorship stuff to the past. When I did my video, it was basically showing that people are hating so much on people like himself and me that they'll do anything to push someone out the way for whatever reason. It's like, what do you get out of it? Our whole focus should be on Baby Emmanuel and these fucking monsters and hoping that they get convicted of murdering their child. When in the meantime, in between time, people are more focused on, is on the Tira really sick? Am I really sick? Do I have diabetes? What's going on with us? Like, if we're lying about something, man, when we're really just trying to shed light and bring justice for promising Emmanuel. Well, lately, we're going to let them do what they do. They can fucking beat on their chest all they want on their King Kong shit. I'm going to show you what King Kong does. In real life, man, Tira is back on the mission. He's back in the mix, right? He's back pressing harder than ever for Baby Emmanuel. And welcome back, homie. I'm glad that, you needed that time off. You needed that relaxation, right? You needed that little holiday that, me, because this is a lot of pressure, especially when it's a child that bears hard on you. Like it's when the cameras and the lights go off, we think about it. There's a baby missing out there, possibly murdered, right? And there's nothing we can really do besides talk about it, besides shed light on it, besides, man, keep pushing people to look, keep pushing people to keep his name alive and the word alive. And especially if not for Baby Emmanuel so much, man, because it's going to be hard to find him, but for Promise as well, because she gets lost in the shuffle. And there's another child, man, that keeps getting lost in the shuffle. And that's the 2-year-old baby that was taken by CPS. You guys got to remember, Promise went through her hardships, most definitely, man. And I feel so bad for Mija, right? And then you pobrecito, you got Mijo Baby Emmanuel, who made the ultimate sacrifice at the hands of two straight up fucking despicable ass monsters, Richueca Haro and Jakey the Snakey. Fucking, if I seen him, there'd be an earthquakey Haro, right? But there's also another baby involved, a 2-year-old, man, that now is caught up in the system. Now will not have parents. Thank God those parents are not parents, but will not have parents, could be taken and sent to the other side of the United States away from their family. That's a hardship. That's something that, kids shouldn't have to go through. You didn't ask to be brought into this world. And when you're brought into this world, man, it should become natural for fucking the adults in the situation to look out for you, to feed you, to clothe you, to clean you, to make sure that you have all the advantages in life that they didn't have. at least take you to school, at least, prepare your meals, things like that. So, don't forget that there's another baby involved that's caught up in the system. Hopefully she goes to a good place, man, with people that are loving and caring and that take care of her. But most likely, man, and I'm not even going to say most likely, I'm going to say in some cases, I've seen situations where the foster parents or whatever, man, take advantage and are also in it for the chip. They're also in it for the money. They're also in it, to take advantage of the system. And it's unfortunate, man, that our system is so broken and CPS is so broken that not only do they recognize, the situation in home sooner, but then, these children get lost in the system. So you got Emmanuel, I'm saying, who's out there by himself, possibly deceased right now, man, in the cold, man. And then you got Promise. Luckily, Promise, man, was taken in by Jake's fucking cousin, right? And, Promise is not going to live the best life because he took that from her. He basically took her life from her. But she's going to live. She's going to breathe, and she's going to be able to see the birds. Oh, wait up. She's blind. Jake, you fucking piece of shit, right? But we got another baby involved, man, and I pray every night, man, that she finds peace and that she finds good people. And I hope that they really vet these people that they send her with, because eventually she's not going to go back with Rebecca and Jake. I don't see that happening because I don't see them ever getting out again. And obviously, man, the family members ain't about shit because none of them have stepped up, to help this baby. So she's still caught up in the system as of right now, and it is what it is. Now, on the Tira, man, is pressing forward, and he's getting close. And if anyone could do it, you can, right? I believe on the Tira is going to be the one to eventually find the spot where baby Emmanuel was placed. Now, yesterday I seen he did a video, man, and he was at this canyon. And this canyon is basically the entrance to the dump, to where they dump trash. And he believes wholeheartedly, with the information that he's gotten through his sources, yes, we do get sources, right? That baby Emmanuel was placed in that area. Now, there's been talk of construction sites and the Vato's on it. Look, you can only do with what you got, right? You only get what you got. If a source is saying, hey, man, go check over here, I think I seen something funny over here, then you do it. If they're saying go check over here. Of course, when I did my video about the construction site, my whole thing with that was to tell Andatira and anyone else that decides to go search for baby Emmanuel, I'm never going to say stop the movement. Don't never stop the search. Keep doing what you're doing, but just do it righteously, man, and don't taint none of the evidence, because we don't need the advantage in their fucking court. We don't need to say, hey, the evidence was tainted, so now we don't know. So if you see something, man, you can fly over with the drone, take pictures, do whatever you got to do and alert law enforcement, and let them do their due diligence and let them vet the situation in the area. Because if you go and step into that area, you can cover up footprints, you can cover up, DNA, anything. And we don't need that right now. We need baby Emmanuel brought home so he can get the proper memorial. Or, maybe there's a match in all that fucking in them bushes, man. Maybe they light a fire. And maybe, just maybe, man, he was sold into some type of something. Now, look, I don't put nothing past Jake and Rebecca, man. And I believe that Andatira is on the same wavelength. We don't put nothing past them. They could have done anything with this baby. Hey, crazier things have happened. Okay, there's people that are so stuck on money. They're so stuck on financial situations. They're so stuck on anything. They're willing to sell their bodies and their own kids. Let me tell you a story, man. My homeboy Roach, if you watch my other channel, The Collective Clips, then I do videos called Superwood, right? Now, my homeboy Roach always had some weird characters at his house, and I should do this one in Superwood fashion. I might. But one time he had this white chick that was there at his house, and she looked a little run down. You could tell she was on drugs, but she had good body. She looked, semi-decent. And I remember me and a couple homeboys went to Roach's house, and she started talking to one, and they made some type of deal on a monetary situation, meaning he'll give her some money. She'll go do something strange for a piece of change, right? So he goes in the backyard, dirty dog, right? Goes in the backyard, does his thing, comes back and is like, hey, she wants us to take her to a fucking pad, right? So I had a feeling like, nah, bro, I don't want nothing to do with any of that, man. First of all, I don't trust this bitch. I don't know her. I got dope on me, man. I'm trying to do it. Like, I just don't want to be a part of that. So go ahead, homie. Take the keys. Go do your thing. He's like, yeah, we're going to go to her pad, man. I'm like, didn't you get enough back there? Nah, bro, it was hard. The thorns were poking me in my ass, right? All right, go do your thing. So it's about a half hour later, the homeboy comes smashing down the street back. I'm like, what's wrong, bro? He said, damn, bro, this chick is, I ain't even gonna lie, I almost had to put hands on her. I said, nah, you can't do that, bro. You're gonna get motherfucking Roach and me caught up, right? He's like, nah, bro, we went to her house and she had like a teenage daughter, but she was like 16 or 17. And this chick was trying to sell me her own child. I was like, what? I had heard about that in movies and shit like that on TV, but you never see that in real life. I said, serio? He was like, yeah, for reals, bro. He was like, man, I got up out of there, man. I wanted to. He was like, and the cool part was you could see the little girl just was like shy and didn't really want to be. But this lady, I said, so she wasn't cool with the money you gave her for the whatever? He was like, nah, she wanted more. And he was like, I got the fuck up out of there. I said, I hope you did, bro. You know what I'm saying? You won't be riding my car no more. He's no serious. He's good, homie. I believe him, right? The moral of that story is I say that to say this. I've seen crazier things. So it's not far-fetched to think that Rebecca and Jake could have sold their child. You know, and if that's the case, man, then we would probably never find baby Emmanuel, as well as if they, unalived him. Now, for the people that are running around saying Jake admitted it already, I had to look back into some paperwork that I received, man. And I don't know necessarily if he did or he didn't, to tell you the truth, man. That story about him rolling over and asphyxiating on accident, baby Manuel, that could all be far-fetched and made up. I think law enforcement knows something a little bit more than they're putting out there, and that's the way they work, man. But I want to commend on the Tira for getting back in the mix. Well, he never stopped, man. He just took a little vacation, but for really getting back in. And I understand when he decided to step away for a while, he was emotional. You know, it was hard to deal with, man. There's a baby involved and his health. I get it, Holmes. But I'm glad that he's back and he's pressing on their necks. And I truly believe he's going to be the one to break this case open. He's getting close, man. He's getting close to getting to the areas where I think baby Emmanuel can be. Unfortunately, I think at this point, man, the body it's almost 2 months now. I think the body is gone, to a certain point. Those that understand. But I'm just glad that he's doing what he does, man. And he has my full support. If he ever wants to tap in with me, he tapped in with me one time on TikTok. But if he ever wants to tap in with me again, I understand the whole fucking situation of just doing your thing, man, and doing you. I respect it. But if you're ever in need of anything, man, that could assist you, I got you, right? I'm going to do what I can for baby Emmanuel. That's the way I do it, man. Not only am I going to continue to use my platform to press on the necks of Jake and Rebecca Haro, so that way hopefully they come with a confession, because we need to find out something. Whether they sold them or they killed them or they just left them somewhere, we need to know, man. We need to know. It's about time. It's almost 2 months. So many people have moved on to different stories, and I'm still here, man. I'm still here. And I'm going to continue to be here, man. Like I said, until baby Emmanuel is found or until we get some closure. If a baby is killed and murdered by his own parents, we're never going to get the ultimate closure, because this stuff continues to happen. But it's people like me and on the Tira that need to continue to press, man, because if we don't, no one else will. Obviously, you see a lot of people have moved on. A lot of sponsors have moved on. A lot of haters, man, have entered the chat, like on the Tira would say, right, and are hating on the Tira's. They're basically questioning his moral compass and the validity of it, right? I never question a man. If a man's gonna do what a man does, man, you show me. I'll base my judgment off the content of your character, and I've never seen anything wrong. Besides, a couple of times of him feeling himself, man. Shit, I feel myself too every day, man. That's what we do. We're brown and proud. Want this Chigazo Simona? I said, let's get down right now in the dirt. What's the matter, Jake? You afraid you're gonna get hurt? I'm just saying, right? So my ultimate respects goes to on the Tira. I see the response video, bro. And I don't know if you pinpointed that directly at me, but I'm sure I was one of the many, man, that questioned, the sponsorships. Now, my thing with that was, man, I just hate to see the fact that these motherfucking sponsors, right, have chose to go on the other side and to now hate on you. That's some bullshit, right? Hey, if you don't want to do business with me, fine. That's cool, man. Hey, there's two sides to every coin. I'm heads, you're tails. See you later, right? Don't let me kick you in the tail on the way out. But to join the other side and to now be hating, man, pobrecito fucking on the Tira, man. That's a good, solid dude, man. He prayed on it, right? And like he said, he sat on it 3 weeks, the information before he put it out there. And I can see when you get heated, man. I get heated too. Last night I did a live. They started playing around, man, on some racial shit. I didn't like it. I got heated. I'm very adamant and very passionate about what I believe in, man. And when I hate when people question, are you racist? Are you this? And look at, man, I dislike everybody equally. Everybody hates on me equally. Everybody hates Chris. That's just what it is, right? Shout out to the loved ones and shout out to the respect, man, that I get from the real ones. The ones that are real fake and continue to hate, I can't stop them, man. They're going to do what they do, man. On the Tira is actually experiencing a lot of that, man. And I respect that man for his get down. Anyways, with that being said, this video right here is sponsored by You guys don't know yet? Barrio Lakers, man. Make sure you guys tap in to go get the coldest, icy cold ones out there in Turlock, man. Barrio Lakers, man. Let's go. This is the real sponsorship. For reals. I'm up out of here, man. I appreciate you guys. With that being said, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly believe in. That's the betterment of all people.